Emily Carter had always been the kind of person who seemed to have everything under control. At just 27, she was already a respected middle school teacher in Columbus, Ohio. Her students adored her, her co-workers admired her, and her family described her as kind and dependable. But beneath that calm exterior, Emily had been quietly struggling. After a painful breakup and mounting financial stress, she began talking about wanting to get away for a while. So when she told her family she was taking a short trip to Dubai to clear her head, no one questioned it. On the morning of March 2nd, 2022, Emily packed her blue suitcase, hugged her mother goodbye, and headed to the airport. She sent one final text before boarding. "I'll call you when I land." It would be the last time anyone heard from her. When her flight landed in Dubai, there were no updates, no photos, no messages. Her phone went completely silent. At first, her mother assumed the time difference or poor Wi-Fi was to blame. But days stretched into a week, then two, with no sign of life from Emily. Her school reported her absence, and friends began posting online, pleading for any information. When the U.S. Embassy confirmed that Emily hadn't checked into her return flight, panic set in. 4 weeks later, she was officially reported missing. Police began tracing her movements, uncovering that she had indeed arrived in Dubai, but something, or someone, had stopped her from ever coming home. What started as a simple vacation soon turned into an international mystery, one that would expose dark secrets Emily had never shared and reveal the haunting truth behind her disappearance. Investigators began piecing together Emily's final days with painstaking detail. Airport footage showed her landing in Dubai alone, her blue suitcase rolling behind her as she smiled at the camera. But what caught the eye of detectives was the man who appeared repeatedly in the background, tall, sharply dressed, and always within a few steps of her. No one recognized him, yet he seemed to be watching her every move. Hotel records confirmed Emily had checked into a small boutique hotel in Jumeirah just hours after her arrival. The receptionist remembered her as polite and cheerful, but also mentioned that she kept glancing toward the entrance as if waiting for someone. The next morning, Emily was seen on surveillance leaving the hotel, her suitcase in hand, stepping into a white Lexus SUV. The driver was the same man from the airport footage. It was the last confirmed sighting of her alive. Her credit card activity showed a handful of small purchases, a coffee, a perfume, and a short cab ride. But after that, everything stopped. Her phone went offline that same evening. Investigators traced the white Lexus to a luxury travel company owned by Omar Rahim, a local businessman known for arranging private experiences for foreign visitors. When questioned, Omar claimed Emily had stayed at his company's villa for one night before leaving to meet another American friend. He denied knowing where she went afterward. However, none of his statements matched the digital evidence. Her passport showed no further travel, and her supposed friend did not exist. Somewhere between that hotel and the desert road leading out of the city, Emily Carter vanished completely, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a growing sense of dread among those searching for her. As investigators dug deeper into Emily's past, the image of a devoted teacher began to blur. Her tidy, predictable life in Ohio hid another existence that few knew about. Through her laptop and encrypted messaging apps, police uncovered a series of accounts under a different name, Lena C. Travels. This alias was linked to private online communities where young women flaunted lavish vacations sponsored by wealthy foreign hosts. The photos were stunning, Emily posing on yachts, dining in luxury restaurants, and wearing designer clothes. None of it matched her modest teacher's salary. It became clear that Emily had been involved in something secret, possibly dangerous. The messages she exchanged with Omar Rahim suggested more than casual friendship. In one, she mentioned a business deal that could change her life forever. Another message, sent days before her flight, read, "I'll finally be free after this." Investigators began to wonder if Emily had been lured into something she didn't fully understand. Her friends recalled small clues that, at the time, hadn't seemed alarming. New expensive jewelry, a second phone she never explained, and sudden weekend trips to different cities. She had started talking about wanting to start over abroad, somewhere she could live without judgment. Detectives now faced a chilling theory. Emily's trip to Dubai wasn't a random getaway. It was the continuation of a hidden arrangement that had turned deadly. But how deep she was involved, and who else was connected to her secret life, remained unclear. Every discovery painted a more complex picture of a woman caught between two worlds: the responsible teacher everyone knew and the mysterious traveler chasing promises that would ultimately cost her everything. 4. Weeks after Emily's disappearance, a shocking discovery shattered any remaining hope of finding her alive. On the outskirts of Dubai, near a half-finished construction site swallowed by sand, a patrol officer noticed something strange: a piece of fabric half buried in the dunes. When investigators arrived, they uncovered a shallow grave. Inside was a woman's body wrapped in a white hotel bedsheet. Dental records later confirmed what everyone feared. It was Emily Carter. The scene was carefully concealed, suggesting someone familiar with the area had buried her. Forensic experts determined she had been dead for nearly 3 weeks. There were no signs of robbery, no struggle, and no defensive wounds. However, toxicology reports revealed traces of a powerful sedative in her system. It seemed she had been drugged before her death. The bedsheet she was wrapped in matched the linens from a villa registered to Omar Rahim's company. Investigators searched the villa and found faint traces of blood near the pool area, hastily cleaned but still detectable under ultraviolet light. A broken smartphone was discovered close to the burial site. When recovered, its damaged files revealed fragments of photos and short video clips from Emily's final days. In one, she sat by a swimming pool, her expression uneasy. The last photo, partially corrupted, captured her wearing sunglasses, reflecting the blurred figure of a man standing behind the camera. His outline, height, and clothing were eerily similar to Omar's. Despite mounting evidence, authorities struggled to prove direct involvement. Omar denied everything and claimed Emily had left alive. Without eyewitnesses or clear footage, prosecutors couldn't charge him. Still, everyone involved knew the truth was buried somewhere between that villa and the silent desert that had become Emily Carter's final resting place. In the months following the discovery of Emily Carter's body, the investigation began to lose momentum. The Dubai authorities, constrained by limited evidence and diplomatic challenges, quietly closed their files. Omar Rahim had already fled the country, reportedly moving to a private estate in another part of the Middle East. With no extradition treaty in place and the case built mostly on circumstantial evidence, there was little more investigators could do. The official report listed Emily's death as unresolved. Back in Ohio, her family brought her remains home. The funeral was small but deeply emotional. Her mother clutched Emily's favorite photo, one of her smiling with her students on a school field trip. The classroom she once taught in was turned into a small memorial. Students placed handwritten letters on her desk, notes that spoke of love, confusion, and unanswered questions. The once lively teacher had become the subject of a haunting story that spread far beyond her hometown. Online, the case took on a life of its own. True crime enthusiasts on Reddit and YouTube analyzed every known detail: her hidden identity, Omar's mysterious company, and the strange final photos from her phone. Some claimed it was a high-end trafficking scheme. Others believed Emily was blackmailed after uncovering something she wasn't supposed to see. Every few months, new anonymous posts appeared on dark web forums, claims of sightings, deleted footage, or messages from people who said they knew the truth. None were verified, but each one reignited the mystery. Emily's story became a chilling reminder that not every dream escape leads to freedom. Somewhere out there, the person responsible for her death still walks free, and her family continues to live with the unbearable question: what really happened to Emily in Dubai?